Hi, group number twos. Welcome to this week's reading. This week we are doing a reading called The Four Powers, and I'll explain how it goes as we get into it. So, this is the card that drew you guys in. It is a beautiful dragon looking over a Viking village, and you got the rune, this guy, and his, you guys got this rune. This rune is radio, and it represents journey, movement, and overcoming obstacles. So, put that card right here. And so this week, I'm going to talk about this spread as we shuffle. But this week we have 6 cards. They are the path, which talks about where you are called to tread. Then we have what lies across, which is the obstacles that arise. And lastly, we have the 4 powers, which are to know, to dare, to will, and to keep silent. So we will talk about each of those powers individually as we go, but let's go. So, group number 2's guides or ancestors or whoever I'm talking to today, deities, would you please give me cards for this spread that we're talking about today? We're talking about the 4 powers. One more, please. This one. Okay. So, the deck I'm using today is my Adventure Time deck. I have not watched the entire show yet, but I am working on it. So if I miss any of the symbolism and you guys know what it is, that's just for you. Don't worry, nerd friends. I will eventually watch all of it. Okay, so the first card, which is this one, this represents the path. This talks about where you are called to tread. And the card you guys got is the 3 of Cups. Ooh. I love this for you guys. So the 3 of Cups talks about true friendship. It talks about true partnership, true celebration between friends. This talks about a friendship that, it's the kind of friends that celebrate you for you, and they celebrate your successes and your failures, and they just celebrate existing with you in this world. They're sure partiers. They could be a coven. In Modern Witch Tarot, which is the book I got this spread out of, it is represented by a coven. So this is talking about true friendship that is like soul family ties type of friendship. So the path you are meant to go down in this lifetime is finding those true friends, those really true friends that stick with you through all the things, which makes sense. A journey to find your soul family. That's the path you're on. So the next card is what lies across. These are the obstacles that might arise, and we have the Ace of Cups. Now this is interesting, because the Ace of Cups talks about new love. It talks about new opportunities in love and emotion and connection. So I think, now this is just a theory, but I think your guides are saying you're on a journey to find the soul family that you are meant to have, or that you have found in past lives. But you are somebody who loves love, so you could be very easily distracted on the path by new love, new family, new connections. And I don't think your guides are saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, I think your guides are saying that there's going to be a lot of love along your path, and being easily distracted by love is not necessarily a bad thing, but it will slow you down a little bit. Because if we're looking at the next shiny new penny instead of going after that $100 bill, like, yes, we'll have a lot of shiny new pennies, but we won't have $100. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So they're trying to tell you that not every shiny new love is a true one, I think is what we're saying here. So the obstacles are being distracted by half-loves. Okay, so this next card, this is the first of the powers, and this represents to know what will be learnt on this path. And we have the Page of Wands. Oh, I love this. So what are we going to learn along this path? We're going to learn what we truly want. What do you truly want? What really resonates with your soul? What people, what energies do you really want around you? And this is resonating with your inner child soul. So the most innocent, most loving part of you. What do you really want? This is what we're going to learn along this path of finding many loves and then finally finding our true family. We're going to really discover what we want out of family, what we really need out of family, what excites our soul about finding our soul family. Yes, that's all I want to say about that. So then the next card down here, this card is to dare. In what ways do you need to express courage? So where do we need to be brave? Ooh, we have the High Priestess. Focus. Come on. All right, the High Priestess we have in the position to dare. So I think this card is really talking about it talks about hidden knowledge in general, but I think what this card is trying to say is we need to express our hidden desires, our hidden needs, the things we don't tell to like everybody, because the way you find those that truly resonate with you is by expressing our needs, by expressing our true desires, because the ones who understand your true needs and desires, your hidden thoughts and feelings, those are the ones that are your true soul family. Like, not the ones that just pretend like they kind of know what you're talking about. No, the ones that like resonate deeply with what you have hidden in your soul. I think it's also talking about how the place we need to express courage is in ourselves, in our internal body, in the hidden places of our souls. We need to not be afraid to reveal those things. What's the other thing I want to say about this? Guys, would you help me out here? We need to not be afraid of our inner voice, our inner wisdom. That little voice that tells you, no, not this. Or, ooh, yeah, that thing. That little voice inside of us that we all have, that's our instinct, our intuition. We need to be not afraid of that voice and learn to trust it, because it's almost always right. And the more we connect with our intuition, the easier it will be to weed out these new versus old loves. This true family versus here for a bit family. Intuition. We need to connect with our intuition and be brave in how we connect. Be brave to trust ourselves that we know the answer. Trust of self is what I'm hearing there. So the next power is to will. Where should you place your focus? And that card is the 5 of Coins. The 5 of Coins talks about a lack of something. It talks about poverty and not seeing the opportunities and resources around you, being blind to those things or too proud to ask for those things. So this card is really talking about where should you place your focus? You should start looking around for those things that have been there all along, because a lot of the interpretations of this card, normally it is a beggar and a cripple in front of a church window, and the church window is all lit up and clearly is warm and wonderful inside, while the beggars are outside in the cold, shivering. And the message of the card is really that if they weren't so proud, they could just go inside the church, because the church is supposed to welcome all hungry and poverty stricken and take care of them. Now, that has not always been true, but that is what it is supposed to be doing. So I think what it is talking about is of where your focus should be is we should be looking around us at the things that have been here, because I think we're taking some things for granted and not recognizing them for what benefit they could be for you. We are sort of ignoring those that have been with us for so long because they're become part of the furniture. And there's so much more than that. And we need to acknowledge that and see them as the beautiful resource and caring person that they are, and not just a glowing light in the distance. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Yeah. That's all I want to say about that card. So, the last but not least, this power is the power to keep silent. How should you show restraint? And we have the 9 of Coins. Now, this card I'm seeing really is talking about spending. This card is saying let's not live outside of our means. The 9 of Coins, she is a card all about self-care, but she has earned her vineyard on a hill. She has earned her position as head of a mansion. She has earned this life that she has built for herself. And I think there needs to be some restraint in your material world, because there is more still to earn, and there is a need to count our pennies and spend them wisely and not impulsively. Yes. And if we have come into some kind of wealth, if we have earned some kind of wealth, now is not the time to flaunt it. It is not the time to just like blow it to the wind. It is time to save it for a rainy day. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So, that's all I want to say. Last but not least for you guys, group number 2s, I have my Blessed Bee deck. I know I just used it, but I love it so much. So, we're going to shuffle this deck and get you one card as a final blessing for this 4 powers reading. Let's do it. Guides of group number 2, would you please give me one blessing for my group number 2s on their journeys to find their soul family? One card for my group number 2s. This one's very loud. So, Let's see what you guys got. You guys got, ooh, card 45. A blessing to shield and safeguard you. A blessing to shield and safeguard you. Okay, I'm gonna read this to you guys out of the book. Here we go. Okay, so just so you know, group number 2's, this blessing actually comes in the form of a poem or a chant, so just so you're aware. Okay, so card 45, a blessing to shield and safeguard you. A traditional protective blessing from the Carmina Gaelic, a collection of traditional Celtic blessings to entwine the forces of the ancient guardians with the needs of your day. Bring back to life the sacred ways so that your day returns to magic and takes on the shape of the divine. Shield and safeguard us, valiant Nudya of the white sword, who subdued the fireball of blood. For love of the tribe, for pains of Duna's children, hold thy shield over us, protect us all. Hold thy shield over us, protect us all. Duna, beloved, mother of the shining ones, shield, oh shield us, lady of nobleness. And Bridget, the beauteous, shepherdess of the flocks, safeguard thou our animals, encircle us together. Safeguard thou our animals, encircle us together. And Ellen, beneficent, benign, governess of the trackways of power, invoke the star of power upon the path. Guide well thou ourselves, shield our procession. Guide well thou ourselves, shield our procession. O mother, O maiden, O crone of wisdom, be the triad with us day and night. On the Menchair plain or on the mountain ridge, be the triad with us and her cloak around us. Be the triad with us and her cloak around us. Blessed be. So yeah, the goddesses are saying that they're on you, with you on this journey to find your family. So be not afraid. Well, that's all I'm seeing for you guys, group number 2's. Thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I can't wait to do your next reading. I think that's it. I hope you have a blessed everything. Thank you so much for watching. This was Pan. Bye, you guys.